The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Freshman Focus, a look at 2-year-olds in training across the Buckeye State. Freshman Focus is presented by Eldorado Scioto Downs. Racing begins May 12th with the next generation scheduled for July 4th. By Sugar Valley Farm. Looking for your next quality standardbred racehorse? Look no further than Sugar Valley Farm in Delaware, Ohio. And by the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Caring down to a science. Now here's your host, Roger Houston.
Welcome to another year of Freshman Focus. Yes, 2022. The hopes and dreams of many owners and trainers in the sport. Will they have one of the top horses in the various categories when they come up to the racing season? To kick off this edition of Freshman Focus in 2022, the gentleman who had a dream last year with a horse by the name of Charlie May, who went on to be the 3-year-old champion in the Buckeye State and Horse of the Year. With us to kick off our Freshman Focus, Steve Carter. Steve, first of all, about Charlie May, how is he doing right now coming back for his 4-year-old campaign?
Roger, Charlie May seems to be coming back really good at the moment. We just trained him in 2-8 yesterday here at the farm, going to qualify him and the first time in about 10, 12 days down the Miami Valley.
It's always pretty tough for 3-year-olds to take on the 4 and older horses. Are you going to try and limit Charlie May's starts to the 4-year-old horses?
Yeah, Don decided this year that the majority just take him at 4-year-old races only, and not race him a lot this year and wait till he's 5.
Steve, I guess the question would be, do you have another Charlie May?
Well, people say that I'm only have one Charlie May in my lifetime, but I hope I have another one this year because I want to definitely have more than one Charlie May.
Now we're featuring 11 2-year-olds, all Ohio bred. I noticed no predominance of anything except you got 2 down by the seasides, 2 Fear of the Dragons, you got 2 Long Toms. I think it breaks down something like 7 Pacers and 4 Trotters. You've got 8 fillies and 3 geldings. Already this early?
Yeah, we geld them pretty much right when we break them. That's just the way I do a lot of things. Unfortunately, I probably made a mistake cutting Charlie May, but Don said he can live with it, and so can I, for sure.
It just makes it so easy in the breaking process to avoid injuries and such as that, right?
Oh, very true. The geldings are easy to, much easier. We race a lot of county fair races, and sometimes they're tied onto the trailers, and if you had a stud colt out there, it could cause a lot of chaos.
Was it intentional to have a larger number of fillies and the geldings? I noticed you got 8 fillies and 3 geldings.
Well, I would probably say it's cheaper to buy the fillies, so that's probably why we go that way.
You speak of price. What's the highest priced one that you've got in your Ohio breds?
Well, there was a down by the seaside filly section line seaside for $50,000, and Randy Young brought Honey Buzz for $30,000. Those were our highest price ones.
Do you go into the sales with the kind of a price range that you're willing to pay?
Well, in today's market, you just got to have a lot of money to buy whatever you like.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a preference between trotters or pacers?
I prefer whatever anybody wants to pay me to train. I mean, I'm not really biased either or.
Because some trainers, you know, they prefer trotters, some of them prefer pacers, but you'll take them as long as they got an owner and a training bill.
Exactly.
A lot of the trainers last year told us that they use the Amish to break horses. You being here at the farm, do you find you break most of your horses yourself?
It all depends on how busy the year is, how much help I have. I have had the Amish break my horses before. They do a really good job and stuff like that.
Is it easier to break these 2-year-olds on a farm setting?
Yes, it's probably much safer. You don't have all the cars parked around and stuff like that. And you got a lot more room.
You get the early stages right here at the farm, and then you ship into Circleville at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds, right?
I did last year, and I liked it. This year I'm going to go a little later. I'm going to wait till Scioto opens, because last year I had to drive from here up there, then go to Miami Valley, but I'm going to wait till Scioto.
With your young horses, do you kind of have a plan that you want to be at certain times in certain spots in this racing season?
Well, my rule of thumb, and I've did this pretty much for a long time now, is I break them, I turn them out until around January 1st. I jog them January, February, March I start training. March I'm in 35, next April 25, May 15. There you go.
Have you had many horses with more problems this year?
We have it down by the Seaside filly that's pretty tough in the barn, and she's been that way since as soon as she's walked off the trailer. Roger was watching her today, and she fell down in the aisleway, but that's the first time this year. But there's one thing about her: she's really good on the racetrack, and that's what matters.
That's your highest price one at $50,000.
Yeah, Josh Green bought that one at the sale, and I was fortunate enough that I own a horse with Josh, and he was looking for a ride, and I said, well, hell, Josh, I'll just break it. Lord, did I know that she was going to be this tough and take about 3 people to handle her every day, but that's how it's turned out so far.
The bottom line is you got to have a lot of patience with these young horses.
Yes, a lot of patience, but she likes just to do everything herself, just get away from her.
Horses that give you problems in the training process, you'll put up with those type of actions as long as once they hit the racetrack, they're pretty good.
And that's exactly what I tell Josh when I tell her how she's going. She's doing really good, and we can put up with it because she can go a little.
Any other horses that kind of stand out? I know that this Honey Buzz, $30,000 purchase, and we understand Randy Young told us, the owner, that nominated to the next generation.
Yeah, Randy has a lot of hopes and dreams for that one. Her brother sold for $100,000 the previous year, and he's got this one at a discount price, and it's a really good one. The
11 Ohio breds, is that about normal for you for a season?
I would say we have a little more this year because I had Charlie May, and I got some new people that I actually have never even met that I work for this year.
Well, after this message, we'll be back with Steve, and we'll go into the barn and take a closer look at some of these young 2-year-old trotters and pacers as we kick off Freshman Focus 2022 with trainer Steve Carter.
Racing returns to Eldorado Scioto Downs May 12th. Catch the excitement all summer long, Tuesday through Saturday. First post time is 3:15. Mark your calendars to see the future stars with the $150,000 Next Generation July 4th. The top 2-year-old pacers and trotters. Horse players earn points with the new Caesars Rewards program. Eldorado Scioto Downs. Racing returns May 12th.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Welcome back to Freshman Focus as we head into the barn. This is a 2-year-old filly pacer by Art Director. Got it out of the select sale. How's she doing?
She's a homebred by a lady in Florida there, and she's been nice. She really don't like to go by herself, but she definitely follows and acts decent that way. Hopefully she breaks loose and one day wants to cut her own miles out.
She looks pretty good in the chest too.
Yeah, she's good gaited. Like about all the horses anymore, damn near all of them don't wear no boots, and they're all good gaited.
Any difficulties with her coming down, or she?
No, she's a little sour, tire tail, stuff like that. That's about it.
Do you let the fillies tell you what to do sometimes?
We just try to get them to do the work the proper way and rigging them up accordingly what they need.
They give you the path that you're going to have to take, though, to some degree.
Yeah, we try to keep them all on the same right path. We don't like to progress and have them doing things, learning bad habits.
Art Director filly. This is another long tom filly. Don't tickle me.
Yeah, this filly here is owned by Jake Mossberger and I think 3 of his buddies over in Washington Courthouse. We broke her and he jogged her down, and we just got her back when it was time to start training with some company. And she's been in 35 and trots nice like most long toms do.
Now, is she kind of small?
Yeah, she's small. That might hurt her about being a sire stake filly, but if she has it between the front legs, we hope she can get it done.
There's real good small horses.
Absolutely, especially 2-year-olds. Yeah. They learn to gait quick.
Get around the turns good.
Yeah, trot's very nice. Yeah, very good gaited.
Another long tom filly. This is Don't Tickle Me. This is a 2-year-old gelding by Fear the Dragon out of Better Than Graduate, Dragon Grad.
Yeah, this is a Midland Acres thing. Midland Acres Fear the Dragon colt. The mother of this horse is a half sister to the new stud over at Midland Acres, Kuba Laden or something like that. Yeah,
Kuba Laden.
Yeah, Kuba Laden, and he goes nice. Pace is nice. A little on the small side, but he's owned by Jay Mossberger, Adam Freeland, and TKO Stable. Doing well so far.
Does it make you feel good when the Midland Acres Jay Mossberger wants a piece of a horse?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's around them all their lives, so he has a little more insight than most people do.
Gives you kind of heads up on it. Somehow.
Yeah, he doesn't. He only buys 1 or 2 a year.
Has he done what you want him to do?
Oh yeah. He's been learning his lessons and going around the track fine.
This is a Fear the Dragon, Dragon Grad. This is Honey Buzz, one of your 2 down by the seasides, 2-year-old filly out of the mare Teapot, Hanover, and a horse that has been nominated at least for the next generation.
Yep, her owner Randy Young there has a lot of high hopes for her, and I hope it is good enough for her. She is good gaited, got a decent attitude, good attitude, and got some breeding. Could be anything.
$30,000 for a down by the seaside. What, early in the sale or what?
Yeah, I think she was either number 2 or 4 in the sale, and Randy bought her because it fit in his $30,000 budget, I believe.
And everything you want.
Yeah, she's nice gaited, very lazy, laid back for my down by the seasides. Most of them are a little aggressive, and she's really nice still on the track.
We just may see Honey Buzz in the next generation. This is another Fear the Dragon, a 2-year-old filly, Miss Maddie P.
This is a homebred that Steve Price owns out of Georgia. Doing fine. This was probably my toughest one to gate this year. I put her into sale, and I said, Steve, she's not very good gated, and I said, you might want to put her in a sale, and then she started pacing about 3 days after the consignment closed, and then we decided to train her. So, but she wouldn't bring that in anyway, but she's doing fine.
She must have really improved, though, to get you to take him out of the sale.
That she did. Before the sale was in, I worked her half in 16 just to make sure I thought she had some ability, and she went a half in 16. I told him I thought that was plenty good enough for the time of year.
Now, she doesn't seem as broad in the front end as some of the others I've seen that you have.
No, she's kind of a petite Fear the Dragon filly, but she's good gaited on the track.
Miss Maddie P., a Fear the Dragon 2-year-old filly. This is your other down by the seaside, section line seaside, a $50,000 purchase, and she's a big filly.
Yeah, she's nice filly. She was a little tough to gate early, but hopefully we got her going in the right direction right now.
Those ones that have been a little tough, once they settle down and get out on the racetrack, though, you've got high hopes for them.
Yeah, this one here's a good bred filly. She's out of the section line family, the section line big rig family, and they're all nice, really good horses, and she seems like she has a lot of lungs to her.
Those section line horses over the years have done quite well. Her dam is section line Aqua, and I believe that goes back to the Aquatic Yankee.
Yes.
So She's got the breeding.
She has the breeding to be one of the better ones in Ohio for sure.
Well, good luck with you this year on Section 9 Seaside, down by the Seaside filly pacer. This is a 2-year-old filly pacer, Shady's Finale by Well Said. How's she doing?
She's doing very well. This is the last fold out of the mare, a Ginny's Beach Boy mare. She seems to be a little better than the other ones, I would say. At this time, a little bigger, a little stronger. She's owned by the TKO stable out of Indiana, and she's doing fine.
You know, you think that she's doing real good right now, but that doesn't necessarily carry over to the racing season.
It's hard to get high on them until you see them go behind the gate, that's for sure.
And some of those horses that have been so difficult and such might even turn out to be the best ones you got.
That is exactly right. I just like them to never train bad and always train okay.
They're all different in some respect.
Oh, absolutely, yes. This mare here, she had some body rash on her. It took us months to get it over.
This is a Well Said filly, Shady's Finale. 2-year-old filly trotter, She's Got Grit by Creatine, who did quite well this past season.
Yeah, this horse come available at Midland Acres there. We bought her not in the sale, and Jay called me up, and for the price that we gave for her, I thought it was worth taking a chance. Then she had OCDs in her hocks, and she's a little behind, but she's been at 35. She got a little talent.
So she's not that far behind, though.
Oh, no, she's just far behind, and no, she caught up. Like the good ones normally do, they catch up quick.
Has she got a lot of grit?
Yeah, she's really come around here the last few weeks and stuff like that. She's owned by Holly Holton and my mom and Adam Freeland.
You want to talk Ryan into getting back into the bike some this year?
Well, I sure do hope so, but you know, he got banged up really bad, and I don't think he's too keen on getting back in the bike.
He did tell me yesterday that he may drive some trotters this year, so he might have an idea for this one.
Yeah, there you go. I hope he can do it.
Okay, She's Got Grit by Creatine, 2-year-old filly. A Nob Hill High gelding, Too High. Owners?
Oh, this horse is owned by the prison system, I call him. George Smith, Art Tay, and Mr. Peterman, Lowell Peterman. I think they all worked at the prison guard. At least that's the story I've heard. He's a Nob Hill High colt, been at 35, a little on the lazy side. We hope he breaks loose.
The name Too High, and I guess it comes from Nob Hill High, but he don't look like he's too high.
No, he's very lazy.
Yeah.
I don't really think he has a mean bone in his body, but he did show a little bit the last couple of weeks, getting a little throwing his head around, but that's about it.
Can you tell on your training track, I know it's kind of an odd shape built to the property that you had to put the track and such, but can you tell horses that are going to have trouble on a half-mile track when you go to the others ahead of time?
Oh yes, yeah. If they hike here, they're definitely going to hike at the other tracks. We got one turn that's a little bigger than the other ones, other turns, so it definitely, you can see a difference.
From where I was out there on the track this morning, it looks like you almost got 3 straightaways in one turn.
No, it's not quite bad. It's a little short of a half, but like Roger said, when they started building the track here, the barn was already here, so they said we run out of space in this turn.
A lot of turnout paddocks and such as that.
Yeah, we have 5. We use them. We use them quite a bit. Then we have about 30 acres of pasture field.
Now, do you turn your 2-year-olds out occasionally?
Yes, we do, but it only depends how much, because they're way harder to catch than the older horses. So we have some catch lots. We take them to a smaller lot.
Well, good luck to you on this Nob Hill High gelding. Too High. Well, that wraps up this edition, the first of 2022 of Freshman Focus. We'd like to thank Steve Carter, his trainers and caretakers alike, for making available the horses for us today in our first and initial Freshman Focus. Join us again next week, same time, same place. The second edition will feature Virgil Morgan Jr. Be here!
Looking for your next champion? Look no further than Sugar Valley Farm in Delaware, Ohio. Sugar Valley's lineup of stallions include world champion Down by the Seaside, Lather Up, the fastest horse in harness racing history. Little Brown Jug Champion, Well Said. Catch the Fire, Marseille, plus the newest stallion of the Sugar Valley lineup, Mission Accepted. And returning to Sugar Valley Farm, Creatine. Sugar Valley Farm, the home of champions. This has been Freshman Focus, a look at 2-year-olds in training across the Buckeye State. Freshman Focus is presented by Eldorado Scioto Downs. Racing begins May 12th with the next generation scheduled for July 4th. By Sugar Valley Farm. Looking for your next quality standardbred racehorse? Look no further than Sugar Valley Farm in Delaware, Ohio. And by the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Caring down to a science. Freshman Focus is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.